PBWorks is a fantastic wiki that you can use for portfolios for either students or professional portfolios. Within this short screencast, I'm going to demonstrate two portfolios. One will be a professional portfolio that can be certainly adapted for students as they think about their careers when they're in high school, and also a student portfolio that is more of a work in progress. So the first one here that I have is just actually my personal portfolio. I've created in a wiki. It's very easy to share. So for example, if I was going to take this to a job interview, I would actually open up the access for this for X amount of days and provide them access to it so they do not have to sign on or log on and not have to deal with those issues. And then when the interview time frame is over, then you can of course close that access. So within this particular one, the table of contents is on the right hand side, and of course this can be customized to whatever makes sense for the person creating their portfolio. So I'll just go to the philosophy statement. So what's good about the portfolio is you can certainly link lots of various types of media and that sort of thing to it. So I'm just going to go to one as an example. So if I go to a professional sample page, then here you can see how easy it is to be able to embed other media. So here there's a voice thread that's embedded that demonstrates that particular piece. So a really good way to create a professional portfolio, and again, students can use that for a career point of view. The other one I'm going to show you is actually a student portfolio. This one was done at the college level, and I have permission to use the student's portfolio and to apply it onto YouTube. So in this particular case, this student actually had their work embedded directly on the site. So it served two purposes. One will be a portfolio piece that this person can use as a future job interview or collection of their work digitally. And number two, which was the first purpose of it, was for the teacher and for the student to be able to look at the different work pieces that the student was creating within this instructional technology course. So again, you have the table of contents section that you would organize depending on to the course content. So if this was a K-12 classroom, you would have organized it according to the subject areas probably, or you can also have one that transfers from grade to grade. So here you could have grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, etc. And then you can further break that down into the various subject levels. Just to show a couple of different pieces that are really useful on here. Because wikis are very dynamic, you can certainly add different content on it. So for example, we have a Bubble-S, which is a Web 2.0 tool in which a graphic organizer was created and then embedded directly on the page. And then you have a more traditional one, which is a Word example where it was copy and pasted or uploaded directly on here. So it just makes for a very visual portfolio. In addition, they can certainly add other anecdotals to go along with it. So in this case, the student had to talk about the different general and specific outcomes from ICT that would be met during the assignment. Another example of how you can embed some pieces are during the digital storytelling piece. So I'll just go to this section. So here it just shows with ease of access how you can actually embed the pieces that they create. So these are actually work samples from that student. And as a teacher, I can actually go inside here and I can view it and mark all in one place. And so what the student does is the first thing they do when they create their portfolio is they would add the instructor or their teacher as editor to their workspace, and then they're not having to worry about emails and that sort of thing, and they're seeing all of their content. So for example, when this course was taught, there was absolutely no emails of assignments that was happening between the instructor and the student. All was placed on their portfolio and it was graded directly from here. So here as an instructor I could go in and I could grade their individual pieces, and it was up to them to make it visually appealing. And then down at the bottom, this is where as an instructor I would upload their graded rubric. So if I were to go to, for example, this animated storytelling rubric, so here I would have it graded and I'd upload directly to that page for that student. So very, very handy and convenient for both the student and for the instructor. And the student can see as you're grading, as you're marking, and it just allows for a very easy way to share content. And although initially there's a bit of a learning curve for students with this, within a week and after they've been exposed to it, it becomes like second nature, and at the end of it they really feel proud of the body of work that they've created. So you can just see how you would create your various pages, and you can embed lots of different media. So in this particular one, the students had to create a screencast tutorial video on how to integrate a technology outcome within a K-12 environment, and then they had to upload that to YouTube. So here you have the screencast that they uploaded to YouTube. YouTube that can be played directly from here because it has an embedded player that links you right to YouTube. You can also upload any type of file like I mentioned earlier, so you can do Word, PDF documents, PowerPoints, you name it. As long as the computer that accesses it is able to have that loaded on the computer, then you are fine, with the exception of PDFs, as that's a very quick download. Also, you can upload MP3 files. So in this particular case, there's actually a podcast that's loaded directly on here too. So it definitely gives a lot of flexibility for the student, and at the classroom level, it is free. So this one was created on a free version. They do have system-wide ones that you can pay for also, but it's really not necessary, and it just worked perfect for our purposes. So again, depending on your purpose and your function, you can definitely adjust this as needed. Thank you, and hopefully that's helpful.